Just before I took this trip, I spent 6 days on the Cross Washington Trail. I rode over 260 miles in 6 days and I climbed over 24,000 feet. I ended the Cross Washington Trail sooner than I wanted. I ended up experiencing fatigue that I couldn't rest, hydrate, or eat my way out of. So on the 6th day of my ride, I came home. I got off the Cross Washington ride and I took a few days to rest my body, but my soul was still hungry for adventure. I decided to drive to Bend, Oregon with the few remaining vacation days I had with no plans and see what I could find. I checked routes on Ride with GPS and I came across this route called the Overnight Delight, and a delight it was. This ride is just over 63 miles and climbs about 4,500 feet. From Bend to outdoors in less than 20 minutes. What a great place for bikepacking. I spent a lot of time in the Mojave Desert as a kid, and the smells here brought back nostalgia. The weather was amazing, the locals were friendly, and I was somewhere new and unfamiliar. Day one, I was shooting for about 40 miles where I would end up in the Deschutes National Forest. I had planned to disperse camp there. I came out here to just ride my bike, focus on taking video, flying the drone, and just having a good time. I needed a ride with no expectations or schedules, and that is exactly what I got. So there's gonna be a theme here where I stop at water, take some video, ride some single track, stop at water, take more video. I just kept finding so many reasons to stop and enjoy the outdoors on this ride. There was so much to see, smell, feel, and capture. Oh man, that single track was so smooth, and my Priority 600 handled it really well. I am still getting used to 29-inch tires and how they handle for short dudes. My panniers and feed bags all held up well. There were a lot of drops and hard hits on this single track, and all my gear stayed in place. I stopped every few miles to check that things were still tight and cinched up, but all was good. I just stayed in the flow as long as I could. I eventually set up camp for the night and slept well. Day 2 would bring another challenge as I started to feel that fatigue that I had on the Cross Washington Trail. I took my time on the hard climb, took as much video as I could, and I got back to the truck pretty knackered. So day 2 was supposed to be an easy ride, 21 miles, just under 2,000 feet of climbing. But like I said, I wasn't feeling well and just took my time. I planned to get back to the truck in about 3 hours. It actually took me about 6. The only thing of note for day 2 is their single track was still really flowy and fast, with these occasional outcroppings of volcanic rock that caused things to get a little hairy and bumpy. Other than that, this ride was super enjoyable, and if Bend wasn't 7 hours away, I'd come out here way more often. As it stands, I can't wait to get back out here and explore some more. I highly recommend this route. It has a little bit of everything: good climbs, amazing views, dispersed camping. The trail systems here are so vast you could just make this part or starting leg of another longer journey. People in Bend are certainly fortunate to have these kinds of resources accessible out of their backyard. At one point, I did end up on a jump line, and this is some of that video. It was fun for about 15 minutes, but when you're loaded down with bags, it's not as fun as it sounds if maybe you're on a full suspension bike. Anyways, wrapping up this video, thank you for watching, and I hope you all are inspired to get out there and check out the trail system in Bend. It was truly amazing.